Math is a wonderful thing. Math is a really cool thing.
Unit 1.1. So we are going to represent variable quantitative situations algebraically and evaluate these expressions for given replacement values of the variables. So let's start by defining the terms that we need for this topic. First, variable. It is a symbol, usually a letter, used to represent a subset of real numbers. Now remember that real numbers are all the numbers that you have learned so far since you started schooling. So from grade 1 to from last year. Examples: A is a variable, Y is a variable, capital X is also a variable. Now, an algebraic expression contains numbers, variables, operations, and grouping symbols. So these are some examples of algebraic expression. Note that if you have a variable, it is already considered as an expression. Even same thing with a number. If you have a number, let's say 3 over 4, right away this is considered as an algebraic expression. In expressions, there are many different ways to write multiplication. So these are some ways on how to write multiplication. So it's a product of A and B. To avoid confusion, we are not going to use the X symbol for multiplication anymore. Division, on the other hand, can be written as, so we are dividing X here by 3. Now throughout this year, you will hear many words that mean addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and exponents. Pause the video and complete the table with as many as you know. Here are some phrases you may have listed. Now the terms with asterisk are ones that are often used. If you are missing any of the terms, pause the video again and copy the rest. Next, let's continue defining some of the terms that we need for this topic. Square root is any number which when multiplied by itself equals a number. Example, the square root of 16 is 4 because when 4 is multiplied by itself, which is 4 times 4, it is equal to 16. If we have the expression x squared, we can write this as a number squared or the square of a number. Now, if you have a radical sign x, it means that this is the square root of a number. A cube root is any number which when multiplied by itself 3 times equals a number. The cube root of 8 is 2 because when 2 is multiplied by itself 3 times, which is 2 times 2 times 2, it is equal to 8. So the cube root of 8 is equal to 2. And it can be written as cube root of 8 is equal to 2. If we have this expression, x raised to the power 3, we can read this one as a number cube. This expression means cube root of a number. Now, the absolute value of a number is a distance from 0. For example, the absolute value of negative 5 is equal to 5. So, we are just trying to count how far the number away from 0. So, the absolute value of negative 5, so negative 5 is located here. How far is negative 5 away from 0? It is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's why the absolute value of negative 5 is equal to 5. Here are some things that we need to remember. Less than is backwards in math from how you say it in words. If we have the expression 5 less than x, we can write this as x minus 5. Now 10 less than twice a number, so we have 10. Now twice a number, it's just 2 times, let's say, a variable x. Now since we are using the phrase less than, we have to read this, or we have to write this backwards. It should be 2x minus 10. Similarly, if we have fewer than, we need to read it backwards. So 5 fewer than x, or we have to write it backwards. So 5 fewer than x means x minus 5. 8 fewer than twice a number, same thing. 8, now twice a number, it's 3 times a number. And then since we have fewer than, we have to write this backwards. 3x minus 8. So why do we need to switch less than and fewer than? Now let's have this example. Let's say we have 2 less than 7. What is a number that is 2 less than 7? Actually, it is equal to 5. So to write this into a mathematical expression, we have to write 7 minus 2 is equal to 5. Now some of you might be confused and say, I thought that less than means this symbol. Now if you are going to use this symbol, then you have to include the preposition is. So if you have is less than, then you have this symbol. Um, is more than, then we have to use this symbol. But if we have the phrase less than or fewer than, then you have to switch. Write 7 minus 2 equal to 5. Now less is the same thing as using minus or subtract. So if we have 5 less x, then we don't need to switch. We just have to write 5 minus x. 10 less twice a number. Again, we are using the phrase less. So we have to do 10 minus. Twice a number is just 2 times a given variable. So 10 minus 2m.